Hello, YouTube. What's going on out there? John Reina is back with another video. It's been a while since I've actually done a mail day. I've been working on some projects individually. Most recent videos have been the 53 top set and the 57 top set, along with the full collection update. But I'm going to do a little mail day here as I'm working on the 54 top set, and I also picked up a couple older Bowman cards that I want to show off today, and also show you a project that I'm working on for my son for Christmas. So I want to get right into that. So what we have here going on for a mail day is I picked up a couple Bowman cards here. So the first I picked up was a 54 Bobby Thomson. Got that in a 3.5, and quite frankly, I couldn't say no. I think I ended up paying, I want to say maybe like $10 or maybe $10 with shipping. I can't remember. Obviously, not a Hall of Fame player, but, Bobby Thomson, synonymous with that big home run. So, he does play an important part in baseball history. Hitting that ball off Ralph Branca, and I just wanted to have a card of Bobby Thomson. So I picked up the 54 Bowman of Bobby Thomson, and again, it's a 3.5. It's a little off-centered, but the card presents really nicely. The color is still really good, and surprisingly, the corners are actually pretty nice. I mean, overall, it's really not that bad. So I picked that up. Glad to have it. Despite it not being part of like a Hall of Fame collection, it's still a nice card to have. So picked that one up. And next, I also picked up a 52 Bowman Bob Feller. Got this in a 3. Really, really nice. Forgive the blisters that I have in my hands here, folks. This crazy thing going on here, but at any rate, I picked up the Bowman Bob Feller, really reasonable price. I'm a big fan of Bob Feller. I enjoyed his stories. I enjoyed the way he pitched. Overall, I thought he was a really good guy too. So I enjoyed picking up cards from Bob Feller. Overall, the card is really clean, really nice back. The centering for the Bowman card is okay. Corners are okay. It presents really nicely. There's no creases or anything. So I was glad to pick that up. So I picked the 52 Feller up. And this sort of next handful of cards, or slabs, as some YouTubers out there call them, or for my 54 set. I may have shown some of these off briefly when I was sort of announcing my next project. But first up is the 54 Phil Rizuto. These cards I was able to pick up usually in around 4s, 5s. For the most part, they're reasonably priced, and that's going to be sort of my range of grades. There's a few other cards that I have coming in the mail that are going to be 2.5s. But overall, 4s and 5s. So picked up the Phil Rizuto, the Monty Irvin. All these display pretty nicely. Really nice cards. So I really like this 54 set. Glad to have it as sort of my next project. I'm sticking with SGC and PSA, as I have been doing for my sets. I'm just nothing against Beckett or some of the other grading companies. I just have sort of narrowed my grading companies to SGC and PSA. I find those two to be the best, just in my opinion. So the Eddie Matthews, again at a 4. And the back presents really nicely. These all present pretty nicely overall. I think a 4 is one of those types of grades where, you're right at that cusp of moving into that collector's type of grading, but all in the same token, you're not breaking the bank too much, where these cards can be pretty affordable. This next one, I believe I did show off already, and I found this. It's an autographed 54 Pesky card. I got this because it was really cheap. The autograph is somewhat faded, as you can see, but there's only about 21 Hall of Famers, including managerial cards, in the 54 set. So I do need to fill my case with some of the stars. So Johnny Pesky, me being a Red Sox fan, Johnny Pesky was everything of the Red Sox for so many years. So I wanted to pick this one up and have this in the collection. So glad to have that autographed Pesky card. Next up, the Richie Ashburn. Again in a 4. Presents really well. Really nice card. Back looks really nice. And coming up next, this is the Billy Herman. Again, this is one of the managerial cards. Billy Herman, obviously a Hall of Famer, but this was when he was managing the Dodgers. Actually, I think this was his last year before Walter Alston took over, if I'm not mistaken. He was either 55 or 56 when he took over. So, again, these cards, especially the managerial cards, are pretty affordable. I want to say I showed this card off before. This is sort of a classic card, and I want to say this is in Mike Payne's 300 baseball cards, or best baseball cards. I forget the title of the book, but the O'Brien brothers card. I got this in a 4. Back looks really nice. I think this is the first and the only time that 2 players were on a card together. And that's a pretty cool looking card. So this would qualify as one of the stars, so to speak, of this set. Next up is the Earl Combs. Again, Hall of Fame player with the Yankees, part of those big Yankee teams in the 20s and 30s, but also managing the Philadelphia Phillies here as a coach. So this card, is a 5, very affordable card. Honestly, I probably could have gotten the grade a little higher if I wanted to, but I'm trying to stick to, spending anywhere from $25 to, $50 to $60 on some of these cards, and save some of the other money for. I still need the K line, and I need the Ted Williams #1, and I need the Willie Mays. So those 3 cards are the remaining 3 that I need that are big names for the set. So I need to sort of spend my money carefully. Picked up the Warren Spahn, got that in a 4. Left to right, a little off-centered, but overall, really nice looking card. I think Mike Baseball Collector actually just picked that up, so shout out to him. Love watching all his slabs every day. And shout out to his wife, too. It's always nice when she makes an appearance. Maybe one of these days my wife will make an appearance. I doubt it, but. And the last card that I have here, I think another card that Mike Baseball Collector just picked up, and that is the Whitey Ford. Got that in a 4. A little off-center, but overall really nice looking card. Corners are okay. As long as the card presents well, the color is really nice. The back looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. So those, that's what I've been picking up as far as my mail days. This is over the course of, I want to say the past month, maybe even month and a half. So, I try to pick up like 1-2 cards every 2 weeks, if I can. I do have a couple cards coming in that I'll do a mail day soon. But lastly, what I'm working on for my son is I haven't really been sort of announcing this, but I've been doing the Topps Living set on a regular basis. I sort of jumped on the bandwagon a little too late, so I missed out on those first 20 cards. I do have a couple, but I don't have the first 5 or 10. I think the earliest card that I have in that set is the Bryce Harper. But I'm not going to be picking up some of those earlier cards. I mean, I think the is it Joe Panic and Castellanos, those are just going for stupid money, and I just can't see myself spending that type of money. But I have been collecting them since Ronald Acuna, and I do have some cards prior to that, so I've been doing that for my son, and this is what I'm going to be doing for him for Christmas. And I bought a display case here, as you can see, And I'll try to scroll my tripod down here a little bit so you can kind of see the whole thing. And so this is what I did. So I put all the major players that I have. There's still a lot of cards that I don't have in there, but I filled it up here nice from Bryce Harper, Acuna, Pujols, Charlie Blackmon, Ozzie Albies, the Gleyber Torres, a lot of the Hall of Famers that were not and were in the 53 set, like Jackie Robinson right down here. I mean, he was in the 53 set, but they also did a 2018 Topps Living set of him too. They also did a Ted Williams, which is down here, and they also did, I believe it was a Hank Aaron, if I'm not mistaken. It should be in there somewhere. Maybe I just can't. Yeah, it's right next to Juan Soto. So, so that's what I'm doing for him. I mean, he's a year and a half. I mean, Christmas time, he'll be closer to 2. So, he's getting involved in the hobby. He comes in here. He knows cards. So I think this is a good starter set for him. And I'm just kind of excited to hang this up on his wall. So as he gets older, he sees it. So that's what I'm working on for him. And that's pretty much it. So again, thank you guys for watching, for checking out my channel. I haven't been able to watch as many videos as I'd like. I've just been kind of busy with 2 kids in the house and work, and I'm still sick, and it's just, your kids bring home all sorts of germs, so it's very interesting. So at any rate, guys, I appreciate you guys watching, and I want to quickly just give a special shout out to a little friend of mine. His name's Chase. He doesn't have a YouTube channel yet, but he's getting involved in collecting, likes baseball, and actually just give him a few of my Topps Living set cards. And I just want to shout out to him and say keep on collecting and enjoy the hobby. But other than that, thanks guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care now. Bye.